Welcome back, everybody. My name is Ace. This is the Wolves Grower channel, and your watch begins with some Path of Exile currency shenanigans. If you are just here for the Atlas tree, that's okay. Link is below. But we will be going over it in great detail. Well, in some detail, as well as the strat first and foremost. However, if you are looking for a currency strat that is headhunter influenced, mage blood powered, super juiced to the extreme, this is not really the type of video. This is more tuned towards my playstyle, my preferences, and I am a casual player. I enjoy interacting with the content as opposed to trying to mathematically optimize the most insane way of becoming rich. I want to also have some fun. Now, if you enjoy the aforementioned, by all means, more power to you, but you might want to check out a Grimrow, a Firegrass, maybe even a little bit of tuna on the side. If you, however, are a bit more my speed, a little bit slower, and you still want to have enough currency to be able to make whatever build you possibly could dream of while playing the game casually, you might have something here. Because there's two components to my strat. There's a passive and an active component. But the only thing you would have to do, the passive component, by the way, is an optional thing, but the active component is simply Alk and Go. You get whatever map you want. I would recommend a mesa, a cemetery, a park, whatever map you want to run, as long as you can kill the boss fairly early in the map. That's a key part. If you can do that, you can run whatever map you want, as long as it facilitates that. And then you Alk it. And you try to hit anything above 85. I find that to be a minimal breakpoint. Here, we happen to hit 92. And if you have an excess amount of Val Orbs, you can even hit that. Try to make it unidentified. In this case, it just happens to be whatever it is. And that's all you have to do. That's the bare minimum. Except for making sure you have the correct influence selected, as well as expedition on the map device. That's it. That's all you have to do. No scarabs, no sextants. This is the bare minimum. That's what I, for the most part, have done to achieve this. And mind you, I've spent a lot as well, and this is what remains. But that's it. Now, you can, however, roll a bunch of sextants as well, and that's also where the to increase the juice on the map, right? And that's also where the passive part comes in. Because if we take a look at the Atlas tree, in the top right, you have this wheel right here, Enduring Influence. Now, this is 7 points of lazy. If you are lazy like me, you can do this. If you are not as lazy, you can remove these points and use them somewhere more useful as you are mapping. But this Enduring Influence is very important. Once you start gathering sextants, or you just buy your sextants, they can sometimes show up quite cheap, and they are worth it. They're about 3 chaos a pop in bulk buy if you can find them. You can then start rolling them, and you can sell them for quite a pretty penny. I've got a bunch of Legion encounters here, but this, for example, this runic monster that I hit quite early in my 100 sextants roll is about 60 to 70 chaos worth. Took me a few clicks, and I got a bunch of Enraged, which is like 60 to 70 chaos, and an Elder Guardian map, which is 45 to 50 chaos. And I'm a Sacred Grove, which is the big one, which just goes from anywhere to 90 to 100 chaos. And I think and it just took me a couple of clicks. I've earned my entire investment back, as well as have some other stuff that I can put on the map, like Beyond, while also making a profit just standing in my hideout, watching another stream. And that's very fun. That's the passive part, as you are also potentially finding juice for the active part. Now, the active part revolves around a very common strategy, which is the Eldritch Altars. Now, right now, I'm running Hunger, because my current character is not strong enough to run Wrath of the Cosmos. But if you are able to run Wrath of the Cosmos, or you don't care about dying, you definitely want to take the Wrath of the Cosmos node as well. Now, as you can see, we have 9 points left. You can easily spend another 4 to run Hunger and get incredible amounts of Eldritch currency, or even just switch it around to get the Light of the Dawn, pick up World of the Exarch, still pick up Eldritch Gaze right here, but just drop the rest. Just switch the altars basically, and then make a lot of Exarch currency. It is a phenomenal tool. It doesn't take a lot of effort, and you become quite well endowed with currency. Now, beyond that, you can pretty much see what this tree is trying to do. It's doing the basic stuff. You got your essence nodes, pick up every single big essence node, because at the beginning of a league, you craft your gear with it. And then at this point in the league, you can bulk sell them. I have made about 20 or 30% of my entire stash tab, in divines that is, by bulk selling essences. Is an incredible tool. The only thing you would have to do for that is making sure that you have some remnants of corruptions with you. Corrupt any essence you can see that has like 3 or more essences, and you will rake in the money every map you run. Now, beyond that, we also have some strong boxes, twice tempted, and our secret operations are really good. We pick up a quick and dirty tamper-proof as well. You could spend some points in getting backup cache or Vault of Mysteries, especially Vault of Mysteries if you are running Crimson Temple or something, or are specifically looking for a very peculiar divination card. Other than that, these 3 nodes right here for the strong boxes are really useful, especially in the early game for bubblegum currency, and at this point still bubblegum currency, but also they provide a lot of value. I've had several big exalts and divine drops from them, so not that much of a shabby return for this few points. We also have some map sustain with Shaping the Skies and Shaping the Mountains. If you want more map sustain, you can pick up Shaping the Seas and Shaping the Valleys. Although, mind you, we are not running Fortune Favors the Brave. We are running Expedition on the map device, so you don't have that value there, which is why I spec'd out of it, because I can just buy my maps. I don't need map sustain. Trade is my map sustain. Although I do enjoy getting the free crafting options and the special crafting options and have a little bit of map sustain. It does help not having to continuously trade, which is a little frustrating sometimes. Now, we are picking up every single harvest node, because at the beginning of a league, very useful. You can craft your gear. At this point, you can sell your juice. Juice is incredibly valuable right now, because you can farm up to 1,000 to 1,500 juice in a harvest that you randomly encounter if you follow this strategy. That's all you have to do. And for every 4,000 or so yellow, it's like a divine. And for every 7,000 to 8,000 blue, it's like a divine. It is free money if you don't use it. And it's so simple to run now with the streamlining of a harvest crafting now. At least the experience of it. You may not use it yourself, but other people are. And if you fuel them, they will fuel your currency tab. It is incredible. Now, we also picked up a Mirror of Delirium. I've been experimenting with a little bit of Delirium, and it ends up being quite profitable. Every other map or so, I get a mirror, and it ends up being pretty decent returns for these, meager 4 points. I might actually spend some of those nice points in maybe getting some more Delirium. I have to experiment with that. But anyway, more essences right here. We also pick up these 3 nodes. You don't have to pick up this one, but as I say, I've got 9 points left. What am I going to do with them, right? But we do want to pick up every single harvest, increased chance, and all that good stuff. We also pick up Stream of Consciousness, so we don't have to deal with scarabs, because F that. But you might have already picked something here on the blocking. We're not blocking Delirium because we want to RNG into it. We're not blocking Sacred Growth because we want to RNG into it. And also, we are in fact blocking, not blocking, we are blocking Trade Embargo or Expedition with Trade Embargo, despite running Expedition. The fun thing is, we get the benefit of the 2% extra chance of content and still are able to run Expedition by forcing it onto the map through the map device. So this way we are able to maximize our RNG chances without falling into the pitfall of not being able to run Expedition. Because Expedition is incredibly profitable, even if you just sell the logbooks and the reroll currency. It's incredible how much money can be made there. Expedition on average, if I have a good map and I do my altars correctly, can just give me 100 chaos outright. Because the logbook can hit like 70 to 80 chaos and a bunch of reroll currency. It's so easy to hit incredible numbers on that. Now, we're also running Singular Focus. I'm kind of experimenting with that, if it's even worth it. I've had some success with it, but I'm not sure. But as you can see, it's a very straightforward atlas that you can run from the beginning of the game all the way till the end of the game. And you still have a bunch of points left. 9 points right now. We can cut these 7 points if you're not lazy. That makes it 16 points. If you want to run scarabs, you can run, or fragments to juice your maps further. You can cut these 2 points. There's a lot of things you can do to improve it for your own personal playstyle, but the basis right here is phenomenal. It allows you to interact with some incredible content, some incredible mechanics, and just enjoy the game while becoming quite wealthy, I might say. Now, aside from the active part of actually running the map and the passive part, perhaps make sure you clear the map. You kill the boss first. It's your number one priority. Kill the boss. Following that, you have to kill as much as you can of the map. Clear the map out if you can, depending on how zoomy you are, and find as many altars. Try to hit every single altar with quantity. Click the quantity buff because that's important. It actually buffs harvest and expedition. So don't do your expedition the moment you see it. Don't do your harvest the moment you see it. Get your altars, get the quantity if you're lucky, and at the end of the map, you do your harvest. At the end of the map, you do your expedition. And if you do that correctly, you should see massive increases in those league mechanics, and you should rake in some decent wealth to build up your character so you can do even more, or even prepare for a next character if you're into that type of stuff. That's my strategy so far. And as I said, it's been doing quite well for me. Now, I hope this ends up being useful for you. Like I said, description will have a link to my Atlas tree. Otherwise, you can maybe pop in the Discord if you have questions, or just pop into the stream when I'm streaming. I try to do so pretty much every other day. Let me know what you think. I'm going to do some more tests with Delirium, because I think there might be some goodness there, especially since you can so easily re-roll those deli orbs for 30. Maybe I can use the harvest I am farming to my own profit, as opposed to having to sell the currency for someone else's gain. Who knows? But I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for hanging out and checking out my strat. See you on the other side. I'm out.